Okay, here's my next project. I'm going to be tiling the shower. I'm going to go all the way up to the ceiling. My first step is I'm going to put the cement board up. However, I'm just grinding a groove in the very bottom. And I'm using an angle grinder just to get a little groove in there so that when it rests against the lip of the tub, when I screw it in, it doesn't break it. Because it's going to be at an angle otherwise. These are the screws that I'm using. An 1 5/8 rock on. It's built, it's made for Dura Rock and Wonderboard and all that stuff, so I don't really have enough left. It's just what's left over from another job that I had. I've already installed the niche. This is a tile-ready niche, so I can just tile it. I don't have to waterproof it or do anything special with it. I'm going to put my bead of silicone right down the bottom before I put my cement board up. Okay. Not too shabby. This can all get filled in. Silicone. Also going to put fiber tape over this and fill it in with thin set. So that'll be just fine. And then it's all going to get covered with rubber membrane. That's pretty good. Let's try it. Alright, so I got my cement board up. And right now I got some thin set mixed up. I'm letting it sit for a few minutes. Then I'm going to mix it again for a few more minutes. The plan is to take this fiber cement tape. I'm going to end up putting some thin set right in here. I'm going to put the fiber tape over that. And then I'm going to do another layer of thin set. I'm also going to cover the screw heads here with thin set. Once that all cures, I also put silicone in my corners. Also behind the cement board on the tub, I put silicone between this joint here. And once that all is dry, I'm going to end up painting this with Red Guard, just a rubber waterproof membrane. So I'm also doing the niche with the fiber tape, and also doing the corners with the fiber tape, kind of like you would with drywall. Off to a good start. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be able to paint on the rubber membrane. Every seam is been taped, filled in with thin set. Alright, so my thin set's all dry, my joints, my tape, my screw heads. And now I'm going to roll on this crop prevention waterproofing membrane, Red Guard. But I'm just going to brush in the corners, and then I'm going to roll it on. Once the first coat dries, then I'm going to roll it the other direction, so that I make sure I cover up all any little pinholes or anything like that that may be from rolling. So the stuff goes on pink, it dries red. As you can see, I put plastic on the tub and I taped the edges there. And that's going to stay there until I'm done tiling the shower. Alright, so Red Guard, 2 coats. I marked the center. You can see that black line right there. That's center. Center on the sides. You see this trim board right here. So that's going to be my first row. Technically, I'm starting with the second row. These trim pieces are flush and level. They're flush with each other and they're level. So that from the second row up, I'm working with level tile. And then the bottom row is going to have to get cut. The tub is pitched so that water runs down towards the drain. And so we got to start with a nice level first row, but it's technically going to be my second. I got my wet saw in here. I normally do it outside, but it's got this little cove here, this little closet, so I just taped that plastic. So I've already troweled for this row. I used a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch trowel for this size tile, and then I back butter this tile. And then I take my finger and I actually wipe the area where the grout lines are going to be, that way it doesn't squeeze out the sides, and if it dries with it squeezed to the sides, it's a big pain to get it out. I'm using a 1/8 spacers. I end up as I push it in here and then I kind of wiggle it a little bit and slide it. And it's not a bad idea to test it every once in a while and trying to pull it off even though I just stuck it on there. It's pretty difficult. If you get any thin set on the tile space, now's the time to wipe it off. And just take your time, have fun. All right, here's my progress so far. Keeping the tiles clean as I go, making sure there's no thin set between the grout joints. And I'm gonna take a break right now, and when I start again, I'll start making my cuts and going up the niche there. If you guys stop right there, it's a good stop to take a break. All right, so I'm doing this little trim around the niche here. I'm gonna let that set before I lay my other tile. Just did some 45s. The edge corners there. Made sure the factory edge was on the exposed side. This other cut side is going to be covered with some metal trim on the inside, and there'll be some grout in there. Alright, so this is where I called it. I'm going to work my way up. I'm stopping right about here with the main tile, and then I'm going to put in a accent tile, which isn't here yet, so I can only get so far until that gets here. But this is how it's coming out so far. Obviously this is wet sauce, so now it's dried off. That way the thin set is not going to get diluted with water, and it's a little more sloppier and slidier. It's a good idea to have a rag anyway, so you can clean some of this tile off, some of the thin set from your fingerprints and things like that. Kind of try to dry fit it just to make sure it's proper thin set on it, and then stick it on there and realize it's not the right size. So in a case like this, I always take the factory edge and stick it out towards the face of the tile versus sticking it in the corner. I think I'm going to stop there. I think my accent tile is going to go right there, and then I'll continue this row of other tile up. Maybe I'll do one more row of this before the accent. I haven't really decided yet. I'm going to get the second opinion. Right, so I'm going to start on this back wall now, work my way up to that row. I have my metal trim right here. This is going to get set in the thin set. So I ended up doing to get my layout on this is I have all these other tile laid out, so I took a measuring tape and I measured from this half tile to where about this is going to end. I think it's 31 inches and 3/4. So I measured 31 inches and 3/4. It lands somewhere around here, so it's not going to be too short. And then my other row is, I think it's about 3/4 of a tile. Measured as 31 3/4, and saw that that wasn't going to be too short, or had to cut off, leave a little tiny piece of tile at the end of my row, and I'm good to go. I got my thin set mix, so we're going to start working. Okay, so the accent tile finally came in, and I'm going to put that up today. All right, first row, I'm going to cut these two pieces off right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tile here and line it flush up with the blade. And then I'll cut these two, and that should give me a nice square cut. I do the same thing with these little mosaic tile. I dry them off. So this square part is going to be the start on the shower wall. So I use a notch trowel to do this little mosaic. I found otherwise it squeezes in between the all the joints. Makes it a real pain when you go to time to grout. I still throw a couple spaces in here just so everything stays nice and consistent. Trying to make sure I get all of the little tile, make sure they're all set in there nice. These come in 1x1 sheets. You just cut it with a razor blade right down the center or scissors or something. You kind of see that last piece landed pretty flush right there, so there's two open spots right here and right here. Well, I cut two off the other end, so I have those. So I'm just going to stick them right in that space. There you have it. The first row of accent tile went really quickly. I'm going to do the sides, and then I'm going to work my way up with the rest of the tile. So just doing the grout. I need to fix some of these little pinholes, but I usually just push it right in, wipe it off. A little difficult to do this while I'm filming, but I have my left hand. Try to get the tile as clean as possible before moving on. Just push it into the joint and wipe it clean like that. And then I start on one side like I kind of started. Over here you can see some of that haze build up. So I'm going to go back and hit that haze. And then I'm going to wipe this down, and I'm going to just keep going back, cleaning it with clean water. And one way to get some of that haze off is with a cheesecloth too, and that'll take care of it once it's really dry.